One of the most popular questions I receive is which robot mop is the best. So I have decided to compare the three robot mops, the Roborock S7, ILIFE W450 and Narwal T10. Those three are not like other hybrid robot vacuums. They either use spinning mopping pads, scrubbing brush or vibrating mopping plate. In this video, we'll have a closer look at the three and put them through a bunch of mopping tests. Let's start with the highlights. The ILIFE W450 is a dedicated robot mop with a spinning scrubbing brush, and is the only among the three that does not vacuum the floors. The robot has two large containers inside, one for clean and one for wastewater. When the robot mops, it continuously supplies water to the scrubbing roller to keep the roller clean. It washes the roller and absorbs dirty water into a separate container. This means the ILIFE doesn't drag dirt around the floor as most other robots do. To build them up and navigate around, the ILIFE uses a camera. The Narwal T10 uses two spinning mopping pads for mopping and a dedicated vacuuming port for vacuuming. The mop does not do both at the same time. You have to manually switch between vacuuming and mopping models. The robot has an auto-cleaning base that washes the mopping pads and soaks them during the mopping. In my opinion, the Roborock S7 is the most convenient robot to use in homes with a mixed surface. It lifts the mopping pad when on carpet to vacuum, mops the hard floor to mop, and does all this in one cleaning cycle. Firstly, testing stain removing performance. I use a dried-on coffee, a chocolate yogurt and mud. When testing the ILIFE W450, I set the slowest movement and the highest brush speed. After the first pass, it removed mud stains almost completely, partly removed coffee stains and left yogurt stains almost untouched. The Narwal T10 removed mud and coffee, but still left yogurt stains. Take into account, I added Narwal cleaning solution into the water tank, when the Roborock and ILIFE were tested with cleaning water only. The reason for this is that Roborock doesn't recommend adding any cleaning solution in the water tank, and ILIFE sells a cleaning solution separately. The Roborock S7 has a deep mopping mode, which means the robot shuts down suction and moves in narrow lines. To my surprise, the Roborock did the best job, removing mud and coffee completely, and partly removed yogurt stains after the first pass. Compared to the Narwal spinning pads and ILIFE scrubbing brush, the Roborock vibrating mop does the best job, at least at removing dried stains. After letting the robot make two more passes, the ILIFE was not able to remove dry yogurt stains. The Narwal picked up two yogurt stains and left three stains. And the Roborock did clean the floor completely. In this test, we clearly have a winner. I assume the ILIFE would do a better job with the cleaning solution. As to the Narwal, its pads don't provide enough pressure to the floor to remove stains better. Honestly, I've never seen a robot that would remove all stains completely, and you would need occasionally do the job manually anyways. As to reaching the walls and corners, because the ILIFE cleaning brush cannot get closer to the walls, it leaves big areas near corners untouched. The Narwal's D-shaped body, along with spinning brushes, reaches corners pretty well, leaving only a small spot in the corner. I would say this is one of the best jobs I've ever seen. The Roborock S7 was in between the two, showing better results than the ILIFE, but because of having a round body, it was a bit worse compared to the Narwal. The Narwal T10 is a clear winner in cleaning corners. Unlike most hybrid robots that drag a dirty mopping pad around the floors, the ILIFE W450 continuously washes the roller as it mops, and absorbs dirty water into a separate water tank at the same time. Unlike the Narwal and Roborock, the ILIFE is safe to use on all kinds of spills. It absorbs everything into the dirty water container. The Narwal doesn't have a built-in water tank, so it returns to the base every once in a while to wash the pads and prepare them for further cleaning. The base contains two large water containers for clean and dirty water. The Roborock S7 doesn't have any of these, and because of that, it would also drag the dirty part around the whole cleaning cycle. When it's done, you need to wash the clothes by hands or in the washing machine. The next test is gonna be with dried-on mud stains. The ILIFE W450 was able to remove most of the stains after the first pass, yet it seems like it performed worse than the Narwal and Roborock in this test. Maybe it would remove stains better with a special ILIFE cleaning solution, which I don't have, so I only used water. The Narwal T10 was slightly better, only a few stains left after the first pass. After returning to the station to wash the mopping pads, it removed the stains completely in two passes. The Roborock S7 was the best in this test as it removed all the stains in one pass. It also finishes the job twice faster than the ILIFE in Narwal. Seems like the vibrating mopping pad really makes a difference. Surprisingly, the floor was the cleanest after the Roborock S7, even though it's the only one among the three that doesn't wash the mop during cleaning. The Roborock S7 makes the floor slightly wet even on the higher water setting, so it's better to pre-wet the mopping cloth before starting the robot. The Narwal T10 doesn't have a built-in water tank, so it returns to the base a few times during cleaning to wash and rinse the mopping pads. It leaves nice wet trails behind. The ILIFE has a large water tank and continuously supplies clean water to the brush when cleaning. It makes the floors pretty wet, especially on higher water mud. So which one would be the best choice? The ILIFE W450 might be a good choice if you already have a robot vacuum without the mopping function, or if you don't mind manually vacuuming the floors before mopping. It is the best choice for wet spills as it absorbs liquids into a separate container. It can climp on anything higher than 3 mm, so if you have door thresholds, you would need to manually move it between the rooms. It also doesn't clean corners and near walls, so these areas should be cleaned manually once in a while. The ILIFE W450 doesn't return to the charging dock automatically, so you should manually take it to the charging plane after mopping. You can get it for around $300 when it's on sale, which is much cheaper than the Roborock S7 and Narwal T10. The Narwal T10 would be a good choice for a house with mostly hard floors. It has an amazing self-cleaning base, which I like a lot. It automatically refills water, washes and dries the mopping pads. It doesn't require a lot of maintenance when you use it in mopping mode, and it also vacuums your floors. However, you need to switch between the vacuuming and mopping models manually. The robot doesn't mop and vacuum at the same time. And it's also the best at cleaning corners and along the walls. You can add the Narwal cleaning solution to the water container, which will make your floors even cleaner. The robot doesn't perform well on carpets because there is no brush roll that would agitate the debris of carpet. It is also the most expensive model of the three, but that's the price you pay for the self-cleaning base and low maintenance requirements. The Roborock S7 is a unique device which is good at both vacuuming and mopping. It is the first robot vacuum that automatically lifts the mopping pad when detecting a carpet. A vibrating mopping pad makes it the best at removing stains. The Roborock app is polished and future-rich, and the robot's navigation intelligence is probably the best on the market. It would be a great choice for any house with carpets or only hard floors. But unlike the other two, the Roborock S7 doesn't wash the mopping pad during and after the cleaning cycle, meaning it drags all the dirt collected on the mopping pad across your house. However, it should not be an issue if your floors are relatively clean. Unlike the Narwal T10, the Roborock S7 requires you to manually replace the mopping pad and wash it after every cleaning cycle. All the links are in the description. Subscribe to my channel if you love the robot vacuums as I do, and let me know in the comments what you think about these robots.